as you can see in your group WhatsApp, I have shared a data set. So we're going to learn how to key in the data, as well as we're going to learn how to determine the we call it not missing value, outliers. Outliers ni maksudnya kalau data tu bila dimasukkan dia tak normal. Okay, senang cerita tak normal lah. Okay, so kita akan look into the first one. First one, I akan ajar you how, bukan key in. This is actually you all dah key in, but we have to export into SPSS. Okay, so to export the data in SPSS, when you enter data set in SPSS, before ni masa nak buka SPSS, you will look into this screen. You akan jumpa ni. Bila you tekan IBM, you akan jumpa ni dulu. When you meet this, you want to input the new data set kan? So you have to click the new data set. Okay, yang ada orang tanya tadi. Okay, and then katalah you dah ada data daripada Excel. Okay, daripada mana? Katalah macam ni. You buat Google Form. Bila you buat Google Form, when you have the Google Form, the data will be input in Excel file. So, takkan you nak copy from Excel one column to SPSS, one column and then one column. So, it is unnecessary. All you have to do adalah you have to import the data. So how to do that? So in here I have my Excel data. I just go to File, open database, open data. Okay. Go to where do you keep the Excel file? Okay. First, nampak tak jumpa kan? Pergi tukar pada Excel first, and then you have exercise. Katalah I name it exercise. So open. Click OK. Ta-da! So this is your SPSS data that has been changed from Excel to XLS types. The data will have slightly different, like the table, column name, they have space, jadi tak ada space, and then maybe tak center. So we're going to change it by looking one by one at the column. So, itu yang pertama. You have to export and import from Excel into SPSS. Okay, done. So, second, bila you dah ada data dalam SPSS, now you want to adjust a bit. You have to know the name of the column. So, in SPSS, this one, the one that I show you now, this is a data editor. Data editor meaning that it have your data. You can edit your data, your column, and whatsoever lah. Then we have output page. Okay, for output page, so this is the output ataupun kita panggil statistic viewer. When you do the SPSS, okay, bila kamu dah nak analisis data, you can find the result in here. Okay. When you want to edit the data, to enter new data, we go to data viewer. Okay, which is here lah. So, this is the statistic data editor, and then you have the output. Okay, done. Now we have in data editor. In data editor, you will meet these two things. Variable view, data view. Apa itu variable tu? What is data view? Data view is your data. It means that whenever you key in a new data, for example, I have a new staff. 1, 2, 3, name Leha, she is a female, and etc. So this is you input the new data. But what if I want to add new column? Okay, so here we are. Okay, this is the column that already I import from the Excel. Okay, we have staff now. Staff now is a number of staff lah. Name, sex, age, department, income, OT. OT is overtime SPM, BM grade, job satisfaction. Okay guys, actually these all things I already give to you in the group. So please refer to the group, the Word file. Okay, so how you going to input the column, the type, the week, decimal, label, value, missing column, aligns, measure, roll. Okay, yang abaikan yang lain, kita masuk column baru. Okay. For examples, I want to include a column named marriage status. Okay. So the type adalah the variable type is what is the data you want to include. Is this a numeric data? Ataupun string? Ataupun dollar? Ataupun currency? Currency itu duit lah. Okay, so for marriage status, we have single, married, widow. Okay, so these three things is in string, right? You're using words. So I'm choosing string. So look at here. This is character name. If I'm too fast, just tell me please slow. I will try my best to slow down. Okay? Okay. So look at here. For variable type, we have numeric, we have comma, dot, scientific notion. Scientific notion is scientific formula, okay? Like using square, semua tu lah. Date is date, dollar is American dollar, the S1. Custom currency, meaning maybe using RM, whatever lah, another currency. Duit yang lain. And then string is perkataan, words. So for marriage status, I'm using string because I'm using single, widow, marriage. So I'm going to limit the character. Let's say I'm going to use only 7 character. 7 character maksudnya berapa jumlah perkataan yang kita boleh tulis dalam tu, jumlah huruf, bukan jumlah perkataan. The number of word, the number of letter that we can include in that column. So, marriage, M-A-R-R-I-A-G, pandai-pandai lah you kira. Berapa? So, I limit to 7 or 8 lah. 8 is the normal one. Okay, okay. And then with, it's okay. If you have changed the character, don't have to worry about the with lah. And then decimal. For decimal, okay. For decimals, 0. Okay. Whenever you have value that require decimal places, you input the decimal. Okay. Mana-mana data yang memerlukan nombor perpuluhan. Sebagai contoh, for example, duit, money, currency, or we have like weight, you know, like at the scale, or the weighing scale, you see my weight is 48.5. So you have to include the scale, the decimal. If not, if you put 0, they cannot read the decimal. Okay, for example, I show you at income. Okay, let's see if I change the income for Leha. I put Leha 70.5.
Yes.
Okay. For example, 71.50 ringgit. Okay, because I input the decimal here, 0, the income cannot read. So when you have decimal place, you have to change. For example, 2. Okay, data view. So when I put 0.50, it have. For example, 71.50. So they can put, because 2 decimal places. If 3 decimal places, it will round off to 2 decimal places. Depend on how you input the decimal. Okay, label. Okay, done with it. For label, okay, kan I cakap, for the column name, you cannot have space. But at label, you can have space. Because label is used to explain what is this column for. Okay, like here, there is no problem much. But what if in your question A, you have one question that is long. For example, question 1. How many child you going to have? Stop here. So what if you have question? How many children do you have? Okay. So for that, you have to include the question. How, like, where do you want to input the question? If you input the questions in the apa tu column name, the name, you cannot make it like a proper sentence. It will become, how can I say, serabut lah. So you just label the question using Q1, Q2, Q3. Then you input the questions in here. The label. This one. Tak kuat ke? Oh, kuat. Okay, here. For example, how many child do you have? Okay. So if it's a question, you can put in the label. I mean, like anything that you want to use to explain, you can use in label. Okay. Then next is, okay, sampai sini faham kan? Tak ada masalah kan? Next, we go to the value. Okay, usually when values, whenever you have questions, have you made a question like 1 equal to strongly agree, 2 equal to disagree, 3 equal to natural, 4 equal to strongly disagree, and then disagree. Okay. For that kind of question, okay, if you input like strongly agree, it will be a nuisance. Menyusahkan, 10 kali nak type. So we use labels, value labels. For example, how many child do you have in this question kan? Okay. Okay, let's say 1 is the value name. So the label is less than 2. The number 2. More berapa dah? 3 to 5. Banyaknya nak dia. 3, 5 and above. Okay. So for this question, cantiklah decimal place. Okay, so bila you input value, value is the value that you want to represent the data. Label pula adalah label for the data. Apa? Maksudnya satu tu mewakili apa? 1 equal to what? 2 equal to what? Okay, faham? Okay, so bila you tengok dekat sini, katalah Leha ni ada 10 orang anak. So dekat Q1 lebih daripada 5 kan? Kita enter 3. So bila kita tengok dekat data, kita boleh baca 5 and above. Kat mana tu nak tekan? Ni, 1 to A to 1. Nanti dia akan keluar lah. Sini, 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 sini. So when you click in here, it's actually change from the words to the label. Okay? Next. Kita akan masuk missing value. Missing value ini bermaksud when there is a data. Maksudnya when people key in the data, they fill in your questionnaire, they leave it blank. So what to do? When you put no missing value, it means they will count the missing blank as one data, even though it value 0. If you discrete missing value, it will replace the number of the missing blank with some values. Okay? So usually, either you put 999, 9, some people put zeros. So it have a lot of discussion. But for me, I just use none. Because I can always detect the value data from the frequency later on. You can look at the frequency. Okay. So, then we have column. After missing value, kita tengok column. Okay, kalau missing value ni, is this for the missing or blank data? Okay. Then for columns, it is for the size of the column. So usually people, if you can see, if the width is 12, the column will also be 12. Is this the same? Okay. Faham eh? And then kita akan masuk kepada align. This part is only to make your data pretty. For example, usually we want to use all center lah. So how to make center? You click here, go to center. How to change all center? You want to click one by one. Don't be so rajin. I teach you. You just can drag, tak nak pula. Drag and drop. Okay, kita, for example, we copy this one. Tak nak pula dah. Control copy. Control V. Cantik. You go to data view. So everyone at the center. You just control copy and control V everything. Okay, next. Tak payah lebih. Measure. For measure, you learn about 4 in your class. Scale. Statistic. Salah. Scale. Interval. Ratio. Nominal. Okay. For this class, Spss, you only learn 3 because intervals and ratio are under scale, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, from the previous class. Okay, so for this, staff number is something that the staff get. It's a random number that the boss give. So it means that it's not a measure. You cannot measure it. So to do that, staff number will become is a nominal because this is a number that is assigned. It's not something that you can measure. Okay, and then name. For name, it's a nominal. You cannot measure. And then samole. Okay, for the name, it is nominal. Okay, because name you cannot measure and it's a string. Okay, label kurang faham. Okay, we'll get back to it. Okay, samole. And then for sex, you cannot measure sex. So use gender, you use nominal. Age. Age, we use scale. Is a number. Department is a nominal. Okay, income is a scale. OT is a scale. SPM Bahasa Melayu grade. Okay, let's see. You can see here, SPM Bahasa Melayu grade is labeled as 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 lah. Okay. What is grade? Grade is something that have value. You mean you have rank for it. You have like A, B, C, D, E, F, G for SPM kan? Okay, for SPM, this A until G, it has flow. But A is the highest, G is the lowest. So when we consider this thing, it have lowest and highest, then you have to put ordinal. So SPM grade is ordinal. Job satisfaction, same. Look at the data view. People put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for job satisfaction. Okay. The meaning is that the job satisfaction is ranked from 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. Okay. So when you have low and high, it's automatically ordinal. What about marriage status? You can measure your marriage? No, right? You don't know how many times you married or single. So just put nominal. For Q1, because how many child you had, less than 2, 3 to 5, this is something countable. So we use scale. Okay, done. To measure. Why measure is important? Because it relates to your statistical analysis. If you don't know what is your measure, you will have problem to determine what is the test that you're going to use later on. Okay? We have Pearson, ANOVA, regression. So it's important to know your measure. We will going to use role. Okay. For role, just put input. Why? Because you're going to input the data. When you want to input the data, you put input. If you don't want to input anything, you click none. If you want to make it a target, you use target. Target meaning that later on, when you want to record or something, you have specify table. Specify column. You want to use as a target. So you're going to use it. But so far, we just use input. Okay, settle. Faham Next. After you have learned this, you have learned to input your data. So how to input your data? Okay, I kosongkan balik lah. Okay, so open your exercise, the Spss data yang I give you, the Spss data sheet. Okay, look here. Staff name, for the first one, staff number 15. So the name is Susela. Female. 18. age, department, account, income 1,500,000, 1,500, 320, OT, BM grade 33 and 1. Okay, I give you 10 minutes. You can key in this 1 until 10 number of staffs according to what I have teach you before. Okay, so how to do it? First, you have to go to variable view first. You have to input the column name. The column name is here. Staff number, name, sex, age, department, income, OT, grade, job satisfaction. So this all is the column name. The Susela, Fazil, Miskin, they are data. So you have to input in your data. Okay? 10 minutes start now.
So when I want to, I think just now I missed
Oh, the space.
Space.
You cannot input space in the name.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Space only input in label. Yeah, like that.
Okay. I just follow, right, and then name.
Yes. Follow. This is the column. Okay. Another questions. This is because of the space. Sorry, I have question. How to change it to staff number and everything like namesake, age, my data. So, yang lambat tu tak apa, yang masih key, for those who still key in your data, like to enter the staff name, it's okay. Okay, you can continue that later on. As long as you know the use of variable view here and also the use of data view. So now, if you can see in the data, the first steps, if you want to detect any something wrong with your data, we go to analyze. We calculate the frequency first. Okay, because we want to know how many data we have. We want to know how many columns, how many numbers, or maybe if there is an outliers or maybe something wrong in our data. So we have to look at the frequency. If you want to know if there is any missing value, kita kena tahu frequency. So kat mana frequency? We choose analyze, descriptive statistic, frequency. Ana ulang balik. Analyze, descriptive statistic, frequency. Itu dia. Select all. Control A. Click this anak panah. The arrow here. You click here. And then you'll see the variable. So from here, all the data will be included in the variable sets. Okay. Click on statistic. Choose minimum and maximum. Okay, the reason why we want to know if what is the minimum and maximum for each column data. So we click minimum and maximum and then continue. Okay, done. So look at the first. Oh, you tak nampak Wait Okay, share. So look at your first. Oh, lambat, patutlah. Okay, look at your first table. After you have key in the data, where to find this thing? This thing come from the statistic viewer at the output. When you click here, analyze, descriptive, frequency, masuk, statistic, okay, minimum, maximum, continue, okay. When you click after this, the output will come out. It will become like this. Okay, so in here, kan, we have two column. Two pula dah. 1, 2, tiga lah sendiri. Count by yourself. So we have staff number, name, sex, age, department, income, OT, SPM, BM grade, job satisfaction, and then we have valid. I told you before. How you want to know if there is a missing value? If someone leave blank at your data. So you can look here under missing. Look here. Okay, here, missing. So in this missing row, you can detect if every column has missing value. Okay, and then minimum and maximum. So for data that has number, we can find out what is their minimum and maximum value. Okay, why is this important? For example, for job satisfaction, usually people will input 1 till 5. But maybe the person have Parkinson ke or lupa ingatan ke, he's sick or something, he input 10. So we can detect from the minimum and maximum value. Supposedly, job satisfaction, it has the minimum is 1, the maximum is 5. So if it's if it's 6 or 7 or 10, you can look and find out where. So where are you going to look for it? Here. At the, contoh, job satisfaction column. So you tengoklah kalau ada orang tengok lebih. And then, ni case betul-betul. Look at this statistic table. SPM grades, if you count from A till G, we only have 14. So the maximum is supposed to be 14. But look at your maximum in SPM BM grade. We have 33. Macam mana itu? What to do? You actually can detect if the number, for example, you look here at the data view, people usually input 1, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 1. So if this data is mistakenly put 33, you can just change it into 3. Because we know that the amount here, 3 is there. 3 tu ada. Maksudnya, mungkin dia tertypo, jadi dia letak 3. So we change it back into 3. Okay. You tak boleh delete data. Okay. And you cannot recode. This is not a recode case. Kita akan buat satu recode case. Okay. Macam mana? Okay, let's see. Kita pergi dekat age. For you to know, usually when we do a survey, bukan survey, survey. Survey tu nama orang. Survey. When you do a survey, okay, we need to record some problems. For example, I choose here age. Why? Because maybe I want to look into age group. Okay. Why we do record? Record usually we done for this kind of cases for ungrouped data. It mean dia tak cantik lah senang cerita. When it's not beautiful, not structured enough, we use records to make it into group. Then for these cases, macam mana I nak buat record? Okay, you guys, biasanya kalau age, we have how many age group? When you learn in your CP, right? Cognitive psychology. You have adolescents, adulthood, kita ada children. Okay, banyak lah. We have a lot. So, in the age group here, usually we have around 5. But for these cases, as you can see, the lowest is 18 and the highest is 54. Okay, paling rendah 18, paling tinggi 54. So when we do here, okay, when you look at the age, this is we call ungrouped data because it's a number inserted without any groups. So I want to change this. I want to make it structured. Saya nak dia dapat cantik. Okay, how I'm going to do this? Kat sini you akan belajar recode. Kat mana recode? You go to transform. You go to into, kita ada record into same variable, record into different variable. Kalau you choose record into same variable, the data yang asal will lost. The original data will lost. So if you choose record into different variable, they will input the record into new column. So for this case, I'm going to record age. Okay, tekan age. Nampak tak? Numeric variables, output variables. Numeric variables is the original name of the column. And output variable is the new column name. So I'm going to put new age. Age new. Okay, dapat So you just go to transform first. Kita ulang balik. Transform. You go to record into different variable. Because nanti kalau into same variable, dia akan hilang. Kalau into different variable, dia tak akan hilang. Dia akan dekat kolom lain. Okay. Label. Age. New age. Tekan change. So here, look at the numeric variable is already include age into age new. Maksudnya dia dah detect, okay. Data daripada age ini will change into the age new. Okay. Pergi dekat old and new value. Okay, because I say it's a range. Okay. Kita ada banyak sini. We have value, system missing, system user, range, range lowest, range highest, all other value. Okay. Katalah, I'm going to record into different variable. Tujuannya, I nak make this ungrouped data into group data. Okay, so from age, I tukar age new. Label, new age. Dekat label you can have space. But at the name, you cannot have space. Okay. So either I rapatkan or I put some symbols in there to change, make difference. So click change. Age become age new. Go to old and new value. Okay. Because this is ungrouped data, the lowest is 18. The highest is 54. Okay. So, I'm going to use range. Okay. The first one, lower than 25. Okay. How to know, macam mana I nak input bawah daripada 25 ke, atas 35 ke, atau 60 ke? How you want to know what you going to use as range? Okay, it depend on yourself. Biasa, usually, people will use 5 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 20 to 24. Or people use 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to The range is depend to you. Okay, how you going to make into group? As long it is reasonable. Okay. So for the first case is lower than 25. I'm using range lowest true value 25. The new value become 1. Add continue. Continue pada. The second one here, 26 till 40. So I'm going to use range 26 sehingga 40. The value is 2. The highest is 41. So you put the range value through highest 41. Maksudnya 41 and above will become group 3. Okay. For value system missing, system user missing, you will learn along the way how we going to use it. Okay. Continue. Okay. Go to your, okay. In here, usually when you have no tables whatsoever, they will include your what you have done to the data. So you will know if you have done something wrong or something. You just look at the instruction here. Okay. So go to your exercise. Data editor. Look at the age new. Okay. So macam tak nampak sangat kan? I put sebelah-sebelah. Okay.
Dah padam deh semua type pintu TV lampau.
Data view. Okay, look. The age new and the age new and the age. Age 18. 18 below 25, right? So it become 1. 43 is higher than 41. Jadi 3. Become 3. 35 is below than is between the range 26 till 40. So it become 2. So when you the frequency later on, analyze descriptive frequency, when you look at this new age,
Juga makan.
okay, so you only have 3 group.
Okay.
Become 1, 2, 3. So you know each group, how many people in that group. Lepas you dah belajar how to record, okay, you can use this. Oh, you tak boleh. Okay, later on you can use this to record for not only ungroup data, but you can also use to record questions. Macam ni. Contoh dia kalau ada positive and negative question. Okay. When you have a mix of positive and negative question in questionnaire, the data, jawapan diorang pun nanti akan bercampur. We have positive, we have negative, it become a mix. So it's hard for you to analyze data. Analyze the mean. Mean kejap lagi. I will teach you how to do the horizontal mean, the apa tu? Kalau panjang ni horizontal. A vertical mean. I will teach you that later on. Okay. So next, okay. Untuk bab ni ada masalah tak? Okay. Kalau ada masalah, bagi tahu dekat chat. Sebab lepas ni kita nak masuk kepada mean. If you have any problem with record, how to key in data, okay, put in chat now because I'm going to teach mean after this. Kita akan masuk kepada mean. For that, I want you go to variable view. I'm going to input question 1. Dekat label tu tulis work, rate your work-life balance. Okay, question 1. At Q2, you include rate your relationship with co-worker. Okay, this is all numerics. Okay. Dekat job satisfaction, okay, you see at job satisfaction, kita ada 1 till 5. Okay, so 1 is the highest, 5 is the lowest. So, 5 lowest. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. Okay, dekat variable view, okay, using the same, postures ni ordinal sebenarnya. Dia highest lowest. So, for Q1 and Q2, everything changed to ordinal because this is a question related to rate. Meaning that how you rate your satisfaction, your work-life balance and your relationships. Okay. Dah ada 3 ni. Okay, kita key in data sekejap. For example, okay, for Q1, katalah dia post hati random lah 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1, 5, 1. 5, 2. Then for the relationships, 4, 5, 6, tak ada 6, sepati aku. 1, 3. Terlebih pula. Okay. So at Q1 and Q2, I have key in. So everyone now key in the same value as mine. Can you do it? Kalau yang tak ada Spss, you can look at it. So I'm going to teach you horizontal mean. Horizontal, takut ada yang tak tahu pula kan. This is horizontal. Tak pun. This is horizontal. This is vertical. So when we said horizontal mean, we're going to find out the horizontal mean of the 3 things. Job satisfaction, Q1, Q2. If this is vertical. Horizontal. Banyak lah. Horizontal. Lah tu. For vertical mean, this one. This one is vertical. Okay. So how are we going to do this? Okay. Yang dah isi, follow me. We go to lupa pula sekejap go to transform. We go to compute variable. Okay. Because we want to know the horizontal mean. Remember, horizontal mean that it is for each individual, they have mean for their question. Maksudnya, individu ni kita dapatkan mean dia punya rating dia tadi. Okay. So, I'm going to put here horizontal mean. Horizontal mean. Okay. Macam nak kira mean? Tambah satu bahagi. Tidak anak-anak. You go to statistical. You go to mean. This is the word mean here. Banyak pula benda macam nanti. You go here mean. So we for this case, I told you I want to calculate the mean for job satisfaction for Q1 and Q2. So these three things, we're going to get mean for every individu. So kita buat macam ni. Nampak? When you click mean statistical, kat mana statistical tu? At function group, my dear. Under there, click mean. Tadang. Okay. For the question mark, replace with job satisfaction. Itu comma. Yang kedua, after that, comma. For the second question mark, put your rate, your life balance, Q1, comma, comma, Q2, mean. Okay. So, baca bawah tu. Compute horizontal mean, blah, 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 blah. So, where is it? Cacang! So, this is your horizontal mean. For the sub 1, 2, sub 1 tak dah. For Susela, the overall satisfaction, he has 2.67 mean. So the highest here is 4.33. Ella, the lowest we have 2. So a lot of people are not satisfied lah senang cerita. Okay. So for horizontal mean, it is for each individual mean. Selepas itu, after that, we're going to look at vertical mean. Where is vertical mean? Okay. Vertical means di ke bawah tau. It means that is the total mean for that column. Okay. That is mean by vertical mean. The total mean for this column. This column, this column, this column. So how are you going to get it? The difference between vertical and horizontal column adalah horizontal column will calculate the mean for individual, while vertical calculate the mean for the column. Tu difference dia. Jangan salah. So katalah you ada question A. So let's say you have question A later on. Okay. You need to calculate the overall mean for the questionnaire, not the person, the questionnaire, the total questionnaire itself, the total questions lah. So we go to here. For the vertical viewer, you have to use this. Analyze, descriptive, descriptivist. Include these three things: job satisfaction, rate your work-life balance, rate your relationship, option. Pergi dekat, go to mean, click, minimum, maximum, click. Continue. Okay. So look at the mean column. This is your vertical mean. Vertical mean will not be included under here. Okay. Faham? Done. Itu that's all for today actually. I have covered recode. I have covered mean. Oh, standard deviation last. Tak nampak. Pergi dekat transform. Compute variable. Before you look horizontal mean, you change to horizontal STD. STD is standard deviation. Okay, this one change to SD. SD, comma, comma, comma. Job satisfaction, comma, Q1, comma, Q2, comma. Click OK. Okay. So this is your look at your table. you have your horizontal STD. So this is horizontal standard deviation. Okay, done. To STD for horizontal. If you want to look STD for verticals, just go to analyze, descriptive statistic, descriptive, option, standard deviation, continue. Okay. So here is it. You can look at the mean as well as standard deviation. Okay. This is exercise 1. Okay. I have sent in your group. Spss exercise. Okay. You see here. Kita tengok ramai-ramai berjemaah. Look here. Okay. This is English proficiency. Kenapa dia tak share? Okay, dah. Okay, last. We go to this and then we finish class by paling lambat 3:45. That's my target. Okay. My target is 3:45. Okay, so look at here. Kita ada respondent 1 to 20 and then we have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. This Q tu maksud dia question. Q meaning question. Okay. You don't input long question in your data viewer. No, you don't input it in here. The long question, you input it at the label. This one. You don't input at the name. Okay. So look here. Answer. Insert the data. Okay. Nombor 1, question number 1. B. Recode the necessary sub-question. Okay. Ingat tak? Do you remember that I told you before that there is a question in a questionnaire that have positive and negative value. So if this happen, you have to record the negative question into positive question. Okay? So that when you generate the data, it the value of mean or the value of the statistical analysis will be accurate. If not, then the data that you have, I mean like the result later on will have problems. So look at the questions here. Kita akan tengok which one is positive, what is negative questions. Okay, positive question is like I can listen to English attentively for comprehensive, blah 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 tu. Q1 is positive question. Q1 say that I can listen. This is a positive thing. I can. Okay, I cannot. I cannot meaning that it is a negative question. Okay. If I can't, I can listen to English. So people who answer strongly agree, disagree, neutral, agree, and strongly agree. Okay. You say that first question, I choose 4. Agree. A. Okay. If someone later on they read the negative question. For example, I can't listen to English attentively for comprehensive and respond appropriately. When kita dengar I can't or you read I can't, CANT or I have not, anything negatively question lah. You learn in English class, right? So, you have to change it supaya later on when we look at the data, okay, for example, I can negative this I can't listen. If I answer agree juga, there's something wrong with me. Because for I can, I agree. For I can't pun, I agree. So it's not supposed to happen that way. Jadi sebab tu kita kena record. Say, soalan Q1 sampai Q5. Cuba detect. Try to detect which one is negative question. Q2. Yes. Q2 is a negative question. I have difficulty in speaking English, blah, blah, blah. So you have to record Q2. Okay. Boleh pula dah. For example, let's say I put Q2 in here. Okay, this is just text, Don't combine later on this data with the previous data, okay? This is just a test. Yeah. Okay. Oh, ada duplicate lupa pula. Q2 cubaan. So, dia tak nak pula dah. Tantak lah. Satu. Kata, okay, look at the Q2 3, 1. Two, 5, 2, 3, 1, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you have to record. Kita nak record balik Q2 kan? Transform. Go to record into different variable. Okay. Click the Q2 cubaan. Q2 new. Label. Record negative question. Okay. Change. Go to all value. Okay. Remember, kalau you tengok balik question, one is strongly disagree kan? Okay. For this negative question, kita recordkan so that one become strongly agree. Okay. 2 become agree, 3 still neutral, 4 become disagree, and 5 become disagree. That is mean by record. Okay. So 1 become 5. This one you have to remove first. Or else it will be redundant. So click value, 1 become 5, new value, add, 2 become 4, new value, add, 3 become 3, new value, add, and 4 become 3, become 2, and then 1 become, 5. 5 become 1. Add, continue. Okay. So you look at the new column, Q2. Okay, look. So if 3 become 3, same, tak ada masalah. 1 become 5, 2 become 4. Okay. Q2. So this is what is mean by record by the same value. Okay, lastly. Soalan ni cakap categorize tu I dah ajar. So next you try buat. Okay, calculate the overall mean. Overall means is mean that the total mean for the questions. Okay, I have ajar you vertical mean tadi kan. So you can calculate it from there. then get the mean from the 3 questions tadi. Kalau dalam kes ni 5 lah, because we have Q1 to Q5. Okay. Then, okay. So buat soalan nombor 1 dengan nombor 2. That's all. Okay, last kali. Variable view. Okay, nampak tak? You have Q1, Q2. Okay, this is for the job satisfaction, which is mean that we use rating. Rating 1 the lowest, 5 the highest. But sometimes, for question like tadi, we use strongly agree, strongly disagree kan? So we have to label. So how to label the value? Okay, so put here. This one. What I mean is this one. Strongly disagree, strongly agree. You put into the question kan? So you have to key in. Pergi dekat sini. So if 1 is strongly disagree, add. 2 is disagree, add. 3 is neutral. Hashtag pula ni, ingat Twitter. Add. And then 4 become strongly agree. Agree. And 5 become strongly agree. SA. Tekan okay. So, you have the value kan. But sometimes you know value ni masuk apa ni. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 ni. Click here. So you know what is the value that represent for the for the 3, 5, 4, through 2. You can copy this. You don't have to do it. For each column, you have to do the value. Okay, you just have to control copy, control V, and then look at the data view. If you click, nampak tak the 1A ni? 1 is equal to number, while A equal to the words. So if I click here, this become a words. If I click here again, it become a number. So that's all from me today. Do you have any question, my dear student? How to save the file? Oh, lupa pula benda basic tu. I forget the basic thing. How to save the file? Okay, back to share screen. Okay, you do this. It's still untitled up here. You go to file, go to save as. Okay, create a column. Okay, remember, Spss ni dia sensitive. So you have to save. Okay, katalah. Yeah, I make the new one. Exercise. Okay, and then I click save. So it become exercise. Save. Okay, katalah you make some changes. You cannot simply pangkah terus when you have done. Make sure you click this save until you sure that this become gray. Then you can pangkah. If not, even though you have saved the file for the save time, the change that you done after the save will not be done. The change will be nothing. So you have to file, save again. Okay, for save as, file, save as, and then you choose lah. Statistic, exercise, save. Okay, create a tab, a folder for this exercise for the Spss. Don't mix it with other thing because sometimes you don't know where to find because it will be random. So you just make sure you have one folder for Spss. Okay? If you want to save in Excel, also can. You just choose Excel. So later on you will save in Excel. You can open in Excel file. No problem. Okay? Done. So my class is done. I hope you enjoy everything. Please do the exercise I have give you in the group. So any questions? PM or chat me. That's all. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.